Hey YouTube, this is Leo DRIPCalc, and right now in this video I want to make a more or less scientific prediction about the upcoming BITO dividend that will be basically announced today. I believe today is the ex-dividend date for BITO, and if you own it, I believe if you own, I think today is the announcement, and so tomorrow is the ex-dividend. So if you own BITO today, you'll most likely get the dividend, but whatever. So just a quick note, this video is not a financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, so just for informational and entertainment purposes only. And another thing, guys, please smash that like button. It really helps YouTube show my videos to more people, and subscribe to the channel. I will try to be making more videos. I have a lot of topics to cover: options, rolling options, and wheeling options, and dividend stocks, and all of that good jazz. I was absent a little bit in the last couple of weeks, but I will put more work into it, and every time people subscribe, it gives me more enthusiasm to make more great videos. With that said, let's begin. So this video is primarily for people who already own BITO and want to know how much they will collect in dividends this cycle, and also what I'm thinking about this fund long term. All right, let's begin with this. So in the beginning of September, I made this video that I am done buying YieldMax. Actually, I was done buying YieldMax a couple months before that, basically on August 5th, when like everything crashed, and I was looking at how they were mismanaging, the positions, and I just didn't like that. So I stopped buying. I'm not selling my YieldMax funds, but I'm not buying it anymore. But I am basically diverting all my money into BITO, and I made this video. So let me kill the sound, and so I'll just pause. So when I made the video, BITO was $17, give or take, okay? And so right now it's 19.26, so that's a pretty nice, more than 10% move up. Now Bitcoin did move up, but and also when I made that, the market was kind of down. The beginning of September, like 6th, 7th, 9th of September, the market was really down. It really skyrocketed since then. But the point, what I want to show you, first of all, I did follow on my board, and on September 6th, so August 30th, I actually had 7 shares of BITO at $19 right here. And then after making the video, I went ahead and bought a few shares of BITO in several tranches, and I also sold the covered call. So basically, if we go back to my position, I have so this is in my retirement account, fairly new position. My cost is $16.69, so even better than it was when I made the video. And on top of that, I sold a covered call. So I collected another $115, so about $1.15 per share, and so that reduces my cost per share to about, give or take, $15.60, maybe $15.69. So by about $1, because now I have 115 shares here, and the dividends get reinvested. So whenever it pays, it buys more shares of BITO. But why am I talking about that? So first of all, that was a good time to buy, but I want to go more into prediction. So the bad thing is that BITO does not publish their trades, and so we have to guess, or you have to check their website around the expiration of Bitcoin futures contracts to see when they roll. And so if we look over here, I did try to do that. I mean, it's annoying. And, so here is the picture that was taken on July 25th. Now this is going back, way back, and I'll show you why I'm doing this. So basically, they on or before July 24th, they rolled most of their contracts, because on the 25th, now as of 25th, they already rolled their July contracts into August. Okay, and they had a small position right here, so 695 contracts still for expiring in July. So this is like a couple days before expiration, and then the next day. So now this is as of July 25. They already rolled everything into expiring August. Okay, so where I'm going with that, so let's take a look at no, this is not what we want. Okay, so they rolled in July either around $66,000 right here. So this is July 24th. Remember, they already, by July 25, they already rolled their position. So they rolled it either here or somewhere around here, or somewhere around here. So they captured a pretty good price, between $66,000 and $68,000 on the Bitcoin. That means they got a pretty nice premium going forward. Anyway, and so what we have here, no, let's go to this page, and they paid So if they rolled in July, then this is the August dividend. So they paid $44.7, okay, or basically $1.45 per share. Now, what BITO does publish is the positions, or NAV, daily NAV, okay, and so this is the ex-dividend date. So they had, on the ex-dividend date, they had 86, almost 87 million shares outstanding, and they paid $1.45. All right. So now, in beginning of September, they paid $1.21. So let's go back here, $1.21. And I don't have the data when they rolled the September contract, the contract from August to September. Unfortunately, I didn't take those screenshots. Maybe I should have, but whatever. So their shares outstanding went up by about 5-6%, and they paid about 15% less. And if we go back to Bitcoin price, so here is the expiration calendar. The futures expire the last Friday of each month. So August 30th it expired. So they rolled somewhere during this week between August 26th and August 29th. That's what they usually do. So let's take a look. And they rolled for September. So 26th Bitcoin was, wow. So if they rolled on 26th, they would capture a lot of money going into September. And so right now we would be collecting this dividend that they rolled in right now we would be capturing their roll. So the expiration of September futures is right here, September 27th. Okay, but anyway, so they rolled during this week, so between 64,000 and basically like 59,000. And I'm not sure at which point they rolled, but remember, they probably had like a 67,000 average when they rolled the July positions into August, or futures, and so now they're a couple, like 3 to 7,000 below that. And for that month they paid us $1.20. That was on September 3rd. So right here they paid $1.20. The Bitcoin was still around 59,000. So I'm not sure exactly what the price was, and it's really difficult to guess. But right now Bitcoin is about 63.6 thousand, and in the morning it was 64. So it went down by like, wow, since yesterday it's down $2,000, and Coinbase is down, and all the crypto is down, but whatever. So if they rolled, let's go back over here. So they rolled around this week right here, so either here or like here, or maybe even on the 26th, which would be better. But anyway, so we're down about $1,000 on the Bitcoin from the highest price of that week, of the rolling week. Could be up by about $4,000 if they rolled here. So my guess, now let's go back to NAV. Right now we're above, our NAV right now is about 3%, 2% above what it was, or no, not NAV, shares outstanding, is about 2-3% higher than we were during the last declaration and ex-dividend. And so based on that, and let's say that they rolled at around 59, then we would probably collect around $1.30, $1.40. And if they rolled from 64, then we'll probably get around 90 cents per share. Especially that the number of shares outstanding actually went up a little bit, therefore there is less dividend to go around for each shareholder, or for each share. So yeah, it's a pretty wide spread, and therefore I'm giving it a like 90 cent to $1.40 spread, so 50 cents. It's a huge spread, but that's what I'm thinking that BITO will do. I still like this stock a lot. Like as I explained in this video, I'm not sure where I was, but basically my cost on YieldMax or on BITO is like below $9, or $9.30, I'm sorry, and that's in my main position. So this is basically like diverting my dividends, some of my dividends, also adding some cash, whatever. I mean, it's not exactly one-to-one, exactly what I collect I put into this retirement account. This is just a position in my retirement account. But the point is that I believe that BITO is a much better stock than, for example, YieldMax, even though like Misty is performing really nice. But Misty is, for example, Misty, it's option contracts on MSTR, MicroStrategy, and MicroStrategy is trading at like almost 2x premium to the price of Bitcoin, which is kind of insane, you know. Yeah, they have great like implied volatility, so they collect a lot of money on the options, but if the Bitcoin drops, then MicroStrategy drops much harder, because remember, it's 2x exposure to the Bitcoin, therefore the drop is usually 2x to the Bitcoin. And then there's like some other news, like if they do shelf offerings, if they dilute shareholders and all of that good stuff. But BITO is basically like an almost pure Bitcoin play. You capture about 80% of the move when you combine dividends and you know, price movement. And but at the same time, so why I like BITO, and you can see over here, I collected when I sold that option. So right now I'm like $3 down on this option, but I don't care. If I get assigned, you know, I will collect almost 30% return on this in like 3-4 months. So that's very nice. If I don't get assigned, I get my shares. I already collected that $1.15, and if we calculate, so that's another reason I really like BITO, is because you can sell covered calls on it. And so $1.15, and at the time of sale, so when was this? Let's see, when did I sell it? It was sold on September 9. Okay, and so if we go over here, September 9, 1 month, BITO was 17.15, give or take. And we can confirm that because I didn't have full 100 shares, so I had to go ahead and get some more. So it was, yeah, to get 100 shares, I think I needed, where's the contract? Okay, so 1684. I needed to add 8 shares to my position to sell a covered call. All right, so we divide that by 16.84. So I collected upfront almost 7% on my, so I reduced my cost basis by 7%, which is nice. And then if I get assigned, then I get another like 20-some%, because from $15 something to $20, that's a pretty nice move. So yeah, I can perpetually sell covered calls. If I don't get assigned, I sell another call. If I get assigned, I'll sell a put, collect some cash up front, maybe get back into the position. And this is in my retirement account, so I actually don't have to pay taxes on it. This is Roth IRA. But yeah, so with the covered calls, I am able to actually keep up with the Bitcoin. And now think about it. So when I got into BITO, let's look at the all time. I got in at 41 something. Like seriously, my first buy of BITO was 41 something. Now I did average down. I did collect a bunch of dividends. I started averaging down when they started paying dividends. I didn't capture this like below $10, but I did start buying it over here in like $14-15 range and reinvesting dividends and buying more and whatever. And now with the dividends and the covered calls, my cost per share is $9. So I'm up 50% or more, $9.30, and I'm also collecting a dividend basically in like a week, so that will move it down to about $8 something, right, per share. Now Bitcoin at the same time is basically flat, because when I bought this, Bitcoin was like 64,000 and today it's 63,000. So if I bought Bitcoin back then, today I would be completely flat, and I would probably get scared out of the position and sell it somewhere on a down low. So if we look at the 5-year chart of Bitcoin, come on, load. Come on. I don't have internet. Hold on a sec. Okay, pardon my technical difficulties, guys, but basically I was buying BITO over here when it IPO'd. And if we look over here at the stock price, that's all time. So I was buying basically on the day of IPO, October 22nd. Let's look at the Bitcoin price on October 22nd of 2021. Right here, it was closed at $61,000, give or take. No, that's 17. Okay, like 61,000. All right, and today it's 63,000. So you're up what, a couple thousand on the Bitcoin. That's 3% in 3 years, almost 3 years. I am up on my investment now. If you take, let's say, the price today is almost like $19, so I'm up about 70% on my, or no, my bad, 120% on my investment, because my cost will be like $8 something once I get paid. even let's call 100% up. Whereas if I invested in Bitcoin, I would be basically flat in the last 3 years. I would probably chicken out and sell somewhere over here at $20,000. Yeah, so that's why I don't invest in Bitcoin. That's why I like BITO better, because I collect the dividends. I can reinvest the dividends to have more shares and buy more and get more dividends later. But I can also trade covered calls. And the thing is with covered calls, like let's say you, so my plan is I want to wait for BITO to go back to like a $30 range. If it does, okay, maybe we don't have the bull run right now, but if it does, I will sell a long dated call. And let's take a look at options. If you look like right now to January 27th, so you forgo 5 years. You have to keep your shares for 5 years, okay? But you could collect right now like almost 15%, and on top of that, you collect another 50% if you get assigned, and you collect the dividends for the next 2.5 years. I don't think it's bad. I don't really. Actually, what's the likelihood? Yeah, so this is very tight spread. It's actually, but over here, nah. Yeah, so you can actually collect about $2.60 per share if you sell a $28 call expiring 2.5 years from now. Now, if you go like next January, and you can collect. I don't think this is, yeah, so this is not liquid, this is not liquid, but somewhere around $30. Yeah, you can collect about $1.40 today, and sell a $30 call, which is like 55% upside from now, and then you collect dividends for another however long months, about 15 months worth of dividends. You collect about 8% right now, but you lock yourself in. So my plan is, that's on my main position. I'll wait for BITO to go above $30, and also when it goes high, that means Bitcoin is rallying, and this implied volatility number over here, it goes up. It goes up to like 70-80%, and then your premium gets much higher. So when I bought BITO over here at 41, I sold a 1.5 years out covered call. So I bought for 42, give or take, and I sold the covered call for $18, expiring like in a 1.5 years. So that's like 40% I got up front. And that brought my average right away from $42 to $28, or from 42 to 24. Yeah, so that's how I got my average cost to like $8 or $9.30, because I was selling call options along the way, and also collecting the dividends. But basically, that's why I like BITO better than Bitcoin. And also, compared to YieldMax, BITO can go down, but it really depends on the Bitcoin. And you know, I already held it through here. Like I was down almost 80% on my position, and that was before they paid even the first dividend. I didn't sell. I just held, because I knew eventually Bitcoin will moon, and it did, and we went back up, not to 42, but what were we? Like $34 over here. Let's take a 1-year chart. Take a look. Yeah, almost $34. So it closed 33.65, but I think on one of those days it was actually about 34. Let's take a look at 12 months. 52-week high, it was right here, 33.79, so almost $34. That's when I should have sold covered calls, but I was waiting for it to go higher, and never did. But hey, eventually I will, and I'll sell those long dated calls, and then Bitcoin will drop, and I'll buy my calls for pennies on the dollar, like usually 70% profit on those, and I keep my BITO, keep collecting dividends. So that's my plan, guys. None of this is financial advice, but this is why I like BITO. And yeah, so this video was about projections for today's dividend. I believe the announcement will be today, and the ex-dividend tomorrow. So most likely, if you have the shares of BITO today, you will collect the next dividend. And again, I project it will be between 90 cents and $1.40. Very widespread, but I wish they published their trades, their actual trades. It would make my life much easier, but they don't, and it is what it is. I'll try to make those screenshots, but it's kind of difficult. I always forget to do that. I already missed this month, so I have to wait until next month. So these are their holdings right now. Boom, boom, 55,000 contracts. And actually, let's go back to the screenshot over here. Where is it? Right here. And they, wow, I guess because people sold out, they used to have like almost 5,900 contracts, and now they have only 5,500 contracts. And my guess is because people sold out of the fund. And it's actually interesting to look at the numbers. Look, when the share price went down, people bought in, and this is the smart people, and as the share price goes down, they sell out. And so see how it went above there's 92 million, 100 million outstanding shares, 101, and then it went down, and now we're at like 95 million. What was the highest as of recently? Yeah, I think that was the highest, guys. Look, wow, people are getting into this. Well, no, here we had 102. That's when BITO, what's the date here? So in January of this year we had 102, but the rest of the year, look how many people were in this fund. Yeah, they're getting into it. Look at this, 77,000 or 77 million in June, in the beginning of June, and now people are buying back in. They're liking this fund, they're putting their money in it, and I actually kind of agree with that. The time to buy was in the beginning of September when it really dipped, and also, where's the August 5th? That dip, yeah, this was the good time to buy also, but I got even better price. I got below 17. This was the best day to buy. Yeah, that's when I made my video, guys. September 6th, I guess I lucked out. I actually caught the market. A couple of updates. So if you are subscribed to my channel, most likely you watched some of my YieldMax videos, and I talked about YieldMax in this video. And if you are, you probably should be watching Retire on Dividends, or ROD. And he is being publishing on his channel. He has been using my website compare tool on our website, and he's been publishing some interesting stuff. So, and actually giving shout out to our website. And so this is the compare tool. This is for ETFs. Basically, right here I loaded up BITO versus YBIT, which is YieldMax selling covered calls on BITO, and you can see the performance. And by the way, because you can sell options on BITO, you actually would make a lot more money than than it shows right here, and definitely much more money than YBIT. But basically, Rod has been publishing some interesting stuff on his channel, and gave me a shout out. So definitely, if you want to know more about YieldMax, especially that I'm no longer buying YieldMax, I don't have that much interest. I will be publishing some videos about YieldMax, especially like they have new schedule right now, and I have created a new countdown clock. We had a countdown clock when they were on fixed schedule, but now it's weekly with multiple groups. So I have this countdown clock. For some reason it stopped ticking, so I need to fix this. But basically it gives you groups and shows you which funds are paying, which funds are in that group and when they're paying. So here's the declaration date, here's the ex-dividend and the payment, and it shows the group that's the nearest. So when on August 3rd it will, or even on August 4th, on August 2nd after 6 a.m., which is when this clock counts down to 6 a.m. on August 2nd, so it will switch to group B by default, and we'll show that clock. Now I will fix the countdown, but basically this is how much time is left until declarations. So yeah, but overall I won't be making too many YieldMax videos because I think I can make better money selling covered calls myself on the stocks that I actually want to own. One of them is Palantir, another one is Robinhood, and there's a couple more. I actually want to talk about a stock. It's not a dividend stock per se. It is pretty good for wheeling, for selling covered calls, selling puts, and just acquiring. And the stock is basically trading at 55% cash to its valuation. So I think it's a great stock. It's down about 70% since it's high for several reasons, but I think they will recover. They are net, they make money, they don't have any debt, they're net or gap profitable. So great stock. I'll be making videos about that. Unfortunately, it's not a dividend stock, so not everybody would be interested in that, but it's great for wheeling and great, in my opinion, it's a great investment. It's kind of at the lows right now. So that's in the following video, and for that, guys, smash that subscribe button, and also turn on notifications if you want to know when the videos come out. But yeah, shout out to Retire on Dividends. He makes great YieldMax content, and he's not going anywhere with that stuff. So if you want to follow YieldMax, you should watch more of his videos. Alright, so guys, thanks for watching. I will try to make more videos. I know I've been absent for a while, just kind of really busy right now. Next couple of weeks also will be busy. I will try to make some videos during that time, but yeah, thanks for sticking with me. If you are a subscriber, thanks for subscribing, thanks for being part of the team. By the way, we're almost at 500 subs right here, so and this is my help me reach 1000 subs. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It really helps me, it really motivates me, and I'll make more great videos. Smash that like button. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section below. If you have BITO, you can post in the comments how many shares you have, just you know, like to see how much people make on this, I think, great fund. With that said, once again, not a financial advice, but good luck to all. I'm hoping to have $1.30, $1.40 dividend. That will be really nice. And even if it's not, I think still it's a great fund, and I think long term it will be much more successful than YieldMax. And on that note, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.